That's basically what I'm looking for, an enclave of the ATN. And I should probably refill this with stones and stuff, just in case I need to use them again, so... Put stones in here. Keep it loaded. And this actually seems some good use, this sling, so I might have to replace that soon. I can't craft in combat, so... something to watch out for. Let's scavenge this, perhaps. Ooh, I found some bullets. Lots and lots of bullets. Get some good money for those. Get this rifle scope for some money as well. That's not worth it. Shiv's not worth it. The rest of the stuff's not worth it. Okay, I need to go up a little bit farther and over some, so we'll keep going this direction. That might be it. Or not. There's another newspaper. What's for dinner, Mom? Why? Clone meat. Agro Santo broke ground today on its first animal-free meat cloning facility. Detroit plays host to a revolution in food production as clone meat cells are grown within blocks of families who will consume them. With a vastly reduced environmental and physical footprint, the clone meat facility represents a leap forward in food production and infrastructure. Clone meat. Good. Okay, it's going to be dusk soon, I guess, or it is dusk, so... let's just scavenge here a little bit. Maybe we'll find a metal saucepan. That's useful. And we'll take this bottle here. I was taking random stuff at this point, pretty much. But whatever. I'll make some money soon. Selling it to, like, you know, the ATN encampment. Damn. Alright, who's looking for me? Reveal self. And that guy's wearing the ATN thing, so let's offer a talk. This is not the place for talking, he says, paying more attention to something beyond you. We may talk later. Alright, I'm getting weary, I'm parched, I'm struggling, because I'm carrying so much stuff. I am close to this guy's like home territory, which is good, but I need to worry about, you know, water, I guess. Alright, let's go and use this a little bit. I should actually drink this water here, if I'm so parched. There, it's Lake First. That's helping out a little bit. Well, that'll help me out a little bit. There's only one thing. I forgot to get wood. Well, whatever. I'm weary. We're just going to go to sleep right here, I guess. So sleep, just for the hell of it, right here, in the middle of nowhere. There, I'm well rested. Cool. Alright, end my turn, because I basically woke up in the forest. Let's scavenge the structure forest. Here's something nice to note, by the way. If you have botany, and you have like a lighter, you can get some good loot, and possibly get some good safety in the forest. So this structure forest seems to almost flourish in the absence of human life. There's a good chance one could find food and raw materials in here if they knew what to look for. Just watch out for creatures that make this forest their home and hunting ground. Alright, so let's look for his stuff here. We got some edible berries. That makes for some good eating. Edible berries, cool. We'll eat those. Death caps, don't care about those. Here's some edible mushrooms. Edible berries. Alright, that's done. And I can use this for a little bit of wood. Let's craft ourselves a fire. So, just a little bit of fire to go. Make myself able to see stuff. You know what, let's make a quality torch too, just in case I want one, I guess. So I can look around maybe. That'll take one of these, that'll take a dirty rag. There's a quality torch. Of course I forgot I don't have a place to actually use this quality torch, but whatever. That's there for now, I guess. There's some water in here, I can use this to basically, you know, sterilize it and all that. Take this fire, take the metal saucepan I just found. There, sterilized water goes into right there. Put that right there. Alright, I want to light my torch, I guess. Or do I? It might make more sense for me to wander into this forest here a little bit. Alright, I think I'm fairly close to the ATN Enclave. I just have to look around these forests a little bit, so... Alright, we'll reveal ourselves. He fled blindly, okay. Alright, there's a guy right down there. There's forest all over the place. Basically what I'm doing right now, I'm looking for like their enclave. From what I basically found is in the wiki sources, I think it's basically 30 tiles north and 15 tiles to the east of like the guy's power facility, so it should be around this area over here that I'm looking in for it. It's just a matter of finding a stupid thing. Let's go right there. I'm fairly tired. I'm getting tired of this too. Well, that's not useful to me, but whatever. Cell phone battery. And a storage shed. That's empty of anything useful. Put that there. Put this somewhere. There, useful. And that's in pretty decent condition to kick around, I guess, so put that in there, I guess. I do have to loot a little bit every so often, right? So loot, loot, loot. There's a tarp. We'll put that there, tarp. I can put some stuff in here, I guess. The bullets, for example, this stuff. This stuff. This stuff. And I'm getting thirsty, so I can just drink this water here, so I can select my first little of that. That's a better condition than this. I found out, by the way, that these are actually used as weapons, these metal saucepans, if you want to use them for that type of thing. I found more bullets. And this actually has no value to it, so I don't have to worry about that type of thing. Whatever. I attracted attention again. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to count. I'm seeing I get this right. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then it's over in this direction, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It might be over here that I need to go, or it could be further down this direction that way, perhaps. We'll see where I'm basically heading to. Let's go this way first. Alright, the forest here has eyes, so I found it. More than a few times now, you could swear you've seen something in the periphery. You never do catch it, but it's there. You're in a forest, and something is watching you. You're almost certain of it. Alright, so you have a couple of options here. So, you can leave. You can continue into the forest. You can scan the area with your, binoculars and stuff. You can try botany to basically check the local flora for clues, tracking, or trapping. Let's go with botany. You stoop to the ground and look at some of the plants here. If this is a creature's natural habitat, maybe there will be clues. At first, you see little that catches your eye. You can't see anything to distinguish the forest from the last. But then, you notice it. Something has pruned some of the fruit-bearing plants here. It's subtle, and you almost dismiss it as a critter activity. However, something deliberately and completely stripped these plants of anything edible. And I can try some other stuff too, like new tracking. And blah blah. Get the same thing here. Trapping. Let's try one of my binoculars here. You stop moving and start looking carefully into the endless foliage. Your eyes dive from one space to the next, trying to take all in the distant shapes of the forest. You see nothing unusual, however, and the fleeting images at the edge of your vision, wherever they were, seem to get to be either gone or visibly waiting for your next move. Alright, so let's just go continue into the forest. Whatever. This thing can go stuff itself. You're going in. Plodding onward, all seemed still again. You begin to wonder if what you saw was your mind playing tricks on you, or maybe you just passed into and then out of the creature's territory. Your thoughts are interrupted when you notice something a ways off to your side. It's humanoid in shape and wearing clothes, but it also has a face as white as plaster, with raccoon-like blackness where its eyes should be. It's staring right at you, and makes your neck chill. So you can hide, you can run away, or you can call it out. Let's try hiding. Ducking behind trees, you start looking for escape routes out of sight, but something collides with you, knocking you into the dirt. It has you. You can feel its grip on your arms, its weight in your back. With extra skill, it pins you and begins choking you out. Your vision tints red, then gets spotty. And then you examine plants in the field. It's raining. There was this crowd facility, and maybe you forgot your head is throbbing, and your neck's sore too. Your head is lolling from being suspended from wrist and ankle bindings. You're being carried. You can't see anything, but the sounds of the forest are clear. Whatever is carrying you makes no sound, though like really no sounds. This can't be good. Minutes of sound traveling later, you begin to hear sounds, not forest sounds, but people sounds. Tools begin being worked, a crack from a fire, voices startle you. From your strained listening, your captors are talking, but not in English, not anything you recognize. One of them calls out, a distant voice responds, it sounds like you're entering a camp of some kind. You smell wood burning. Your arrival causes a stir, and you stop moving for a moment. More talking. You are turned in place a bit, and then taken away from the heat of the flame for a while. Finally, your journey stops, your body is in blindfold removed. As the blurriness clears, you see that you are in a village. Dome-like buildings surround a great fire with equal parts animal hide and repurposed junk for walls and shelter. Around the village, a mix of regular folk and chalk-faced warriors go about their business. Many are more than casually interested in your arrival. You're taken into a meeting area near the great fire. In front of you, a portly, middle-aged woman stands by one of the warriors. Her jacket is the color of sunset, against which the silhouette a majestic gray crane. Hey man, she says. Pretty crazy gig we got here, right? She looks around as if arriving here with you for the first time. Oh! She reaches around reaches a hand forward. Michelle, I usually get roped into talking to foreigners. So it comes with a badge. She points her thumb at the crane. As you Jack Dudum. Come on, she turns towards the village. Let's walk. A small entourage in tow, you walk oddly toward the fire. I gotta ask, Michelle begins. You know a Philip? She being careful not to telegraph too much, but you can tell this is a big thing on her mind. And you say, yes, that's me, or never heard of him. My name is Philip Kindred, you reply. Does that count? I knew it! She pumps her fist, like she just won a bet. Old Ghostface Big Stabber's son back here had you figured for a grave robber. You know me? What's with Ghostface? Who are you people? Let's say you know me. So wait, you interrupt. You know me? Yeah, she exclaims. Well, no, not personally. Here! She steers you toward a hut. Warm light spills from within, and she draws back a flap to reveal a mixture of handmade and recycled furnishings. Michelle reaches out a cluttered desk and pulls a frame down from amidst dry roots, photos, and other mementos on the wall. She hands the frame to you. You hold the frame up, examining the yellow photograph. It appears to be a newspaper clipping done in that old small-town print where the colors don't line up. It's you, or at least someone who looks like you. You've been here before, she says, looking over your shoulder. And check out the talisman. You look incredulous at her moment, but then closer to the photo. Sure enough, you're wearing the talisman. The photo caption reads, local website editor rekindles interest in native history. You flip the frame over, looking for more, but there's only one thing scrawled on the back. September 2019. Michelle asks a question. My turn, she says. Where you been hiding since then? She holds up the photo. And more importantly, how come you don't look any older? So lines say you don't know, or tell her about the Guy's Crowd Facility. Ever heard of Guy's Crowd Facility? Might as well cut to the chase. I guess that explains a few things, she ponders. Unfortunately, you continue. Unfortunately, you continue. I can't tell you much more than that. I can't remember anything before coming out of cryo. It's like hibernation wiped my memory. She still looks deep in thought. So you can basically, how long ago was this? What's the talisman? Why am I in this photo? Or I think I've heard enough. How long ago was this taken? What year is it now? Michelle looks over the features of her face a moment. Yeah, I figured you might ask something like that. You hardly look a day older. She turns the frame back over. You see that guy? That guy there? She indicates the young man, maybe in his 20s or 30s. That was my dad, she says. He's had time to raise me, grow old, and pass on since then. She's probably in her 40s. If you had to guess, what's that makes it, 50 years ago-ish? Sensing your confusion, she lets out a psh. Yeah, wild, huh? What is this talisman? So wait, do you know anything about the talisman? This is getting more complicated nonetheless. Know anything about it? She chuckles. My man, we made it for you. Then she adds, well, sort of. You just stare dumbfounded. Oh, this is good. She seems delighted at your confusion. Let me explain. She begins faking bad English. It's a protective talisman, she starts. Some ancestors carry pieces of copper for both luck and protection. This one, she points to yours, you brought to us. My father said you were hiding from a spirit, and that you need protection from it. She continues, the symbol isn't ours, I don't recognize it, and I'm not sure where you got it, she admits. But my father asked the Midi-Winnie of Nuki-Doodum, you called them medicine men, to give that talisman power to protect you. The spirit won't harm you while it was on. It was a powerful ritual, she calls. It's one of the events my father recounted on several occasions. She points out the talisman again. That thing was a big deal around here. A spirit was after me? And why am I in this photo? Did you say spirit? She holds up her palms. Hey man, your words, not mine. My father said you were talking about something hunting you. For what? What did I do? Don't ask me. I don't even know if you told my father. Well then, what was the spirit? Oh man, my father probably could have told you. You had some pretty specific instructions, and not all of them were germane to us, if you get my drift. Germane? What do you mean? Like foreign? Yeah, the thing you were running from. It wasn't ripped from the pages of our history, if you know what I mean. We've never heard of them. Still, she concedes, some spirits are like that. Not everyone sees them the same. Alright, can you help me get rid of it? Worth a shot, right? Me? Probably not, she concedes. Your hope takes a dive. I'm not even sure if people could do it. You mean the Anishinaabe? Yeah, sorry, she chuckles. That's just our word for people. Anishinaabe, actually, for plural. Anyway, she hurries to add, this is a spirit from someplace else. So how do I get rid of the spirit? So what now? Suppose I want to get rid of this thing chasing me, because, you know, I do. What next? Well, she ponders. Somehow you got its attention, right? I mean, something made you seek us out when you did, and not before. You're thinking whatever that was might be the clue. Totally, she thinks a minute more. You did come to us after your work on that website, the new Earth ostracism thing. So spirits don't like the internet. She chuckles. Think about it a sec. You had to knock on a fair number of doors to get that info, right? Probably disturbed more than one spirit digging up that data. So, you muse sarcastically, we've narrowed it down to one paranoid occurrence listed on the website, trying to list every single one in history. She laughs. Yeah, now you're getting it. You shake your head. Seriously though, she holds up a binder. We printed off a section, and this place ain't exactly high tech, you know. I'm thinking there's gotta be a more complete copy out there somewhere. You mean like a cyber cafe down the block? Jeez man, stop being such a downer. Sorry, you say more calmly. Optimism a lot of work these days. So is being mopey all the time. It's out there, she says. Has to be. I mean, this data was on everyone's computer at one point, right? At least everyone who contributed to it. That's true. It can't be wiped from everywhere, she reasons. And if it is, then you're screwed, Philip. That brings a smile to your face. Well, at least we agree on that. Come on, she says. Let's show you around. She starts heading towards the Great Fire. You're staying in the original tribal nation's gathering area by the Great Fire. Around you see an area where people are sharing a meal together, a trader of goods. Further away, you see a cluster of huts near sweat logs where Joe the Nook Midwani's attends to the sick and wounded. So basically at this point, we're basically inside of the, you know, Anishinaabe's tribal nation. And I think it's a good time maybe to check my time here. And this is going to be a double episode, obviously, because I've taken so long to basically do this, but whatever. I'm also just continue going for this and we'll get this done. So, if I want to, I can visit Joe. You head toward a cluster of tents near the edge of the camp by the forest. Patients reside here, helping to tend the area, many of whom are in rehabilitation from drug addiction or other conditions. Warriors are more visible here, keeping the peace in an area where frustration and desperation can overcome the healing. Ahead is an oblong dome hut, from which steam emanates into the cool air. A man adorned in a bear symbology seems to be preparing the hut. This is Joe, Midiwani of the Nuki-Doodum. So you can clean and dress rooms if you need to, or you can like ask Joe to treat illness. So basically you can like, you know, do some basic like, you know, stuff here. Members of the Nuki-Doodum, under supervision of Joe, have learned how to treat wounds and stop bleeding. Cuts are irrigated from clean water and treated with herbal antiseptic, or if necessary. Fractured bones are set and splinted. Much of the pain still lingers, and it takes some time for your body to mend, but at least your wounds are stabilized. So I basically have my wounds clean and dressed. So blah blah. If I want to, I can like sit down for a meal. I can browse the trading post, or I can go back to Joe. So you head toward a cluster of tents, blah blah. However, your visit is cut short when Joe emerges from a tent on his way to another. He looks towards you and shakes his head. I can't treat you again. I have too many patients. He disappears into another tent without missing a step. So you can only do that once. Let's sit down for a meal, I guess. You approach the long table and find an open place on the bench. The food here is plentiful and appears to be a mix of roasted and dry meats, roasted corn or maize, baked squash, and beans. There's also an assortment of berries and other fruit. Overall, the meal is hearty, with diverse flavors of savory and sweet. It fills your stomach, briefly allowing your mind to wander from minute-to-minute survival. The feeling here is one of sharing respect. Visitors to the tribe are asked to pay respects to the animals that give their meat, and the free sisters for the fruits and all creation. In the distance, you see fields of crops, but also semi-trailers, sheets of tarp over frames, and other repurposed grow-ups for their food. You begin to understand the real sense of urgency that the perimeter patrols must feel in walking over this place. The fine line they walk in keeping rebel scum out, but allowing peaceful travelers passage. Alright, so let's, I basically save my hunger here a little bit, and that's pretty good for now. Let's actually browse the trading post. So, the trading post seems to be a place where travelers resupply and offload items, which may be of use to Nashabi. A large portion of the inventory appears to be handmade items for local materials and some scavenged goods. So this is like the junk market over here, and you can basically do stuff. So basically you can get like a soft birch bag if you need it. And I think these can actually be put like somewhere. Can I do stuff? Oh right, I actually have to sell stuff before I can like do stuff here. So I don't have any money because I haven't sold anything, so I can't pick up stuff yet. So let's make some money selling some stuff. And we'll sell the scope. Sell these binoculars. Sell the tarp. And I could probably sell all of this if I want to for a lot of money. I'll keep the water because that's kind of important, I think. Or, no, we can actually get rid of the water. Get rid of that wire. Get rid of this monkey wrench. Get rid of these cargo pants and all that other stuff. By the way, they got a lit campfire here if you want to buy fire. Har har. Okay, let's sell this. And there's an olive color hoodie here that okay, let's just get rid of that. I'll get rid of this stuff here. Alright, so my olive color hoodie is like not that much better than this one, so that's worth noting. Unfortunately. Put that back on. Alright, is there anything in here worth keeping, I wonder? So, I got this polylit torch I can put over here, I guess. We can sell this. And we'll sell these bullets. You know, I might want to show off bows for a little bit. And this is actually a good place to get bows and arrows for, like, you know, combat if you want to. So, that's something to note. Let's put this here. Alright, we can sell this rifle scope. And I'm going to sell this duffel bag because, you know, whatever. Get rid of the duffel bag. And he's got some stuff in here to buy. Let's sell the makeshift sack, I think. Get a little money for that. Alright, so at this point, let's actually start browsing what he's got in here. So it's worth knowing that these like, you know, ATM warrior guys, they basically have a whole lot of stuff you can buy that's like unique to them. Kind of like how, like, you know, you can buy like guns and stuff at the Detroit Mega Center. These guys have like some native gear that you can make use of. And They include like these soft brick bags you can basically like, you know, put on, I think, yourself somewhere. One more, I have to figure out where to put them. Alright, so I could put like the soft brick bag right here, for example. And that actually counts as like, you know, another bag I can put stuff into. And it counts as basically something up here, basically. So there's like, you know, some place to basically, you know, store more loot if I want to. Another birch bag. There's also like some like, you know, packs for high turners and high long coats if you want them. These are like armor if you need them. And they also have like these like packs for high gloves if you want to make use of them as well. Or just, you know, the hunks of like hide here if you want to make your own. There's a smoke stick. That's how you can like, you know, walk around and like, you know, be able to see stuff. They offer like, you know, cured meat as well as like cooked meat if you need it. And they have something called a war club. These war clubs are actually really awesome things because they actually do a lot of damage. So I think I want to take one around with me. So I'll pick up one of these. They also got Heart and Spear in here, but I'm not really an archer. But it might make sense to show this off at some point. But do I want to show it off with this character, I wonder? I can always come back to it with, like, you know, a ranged character to buy stuff, like, show off the bows and stuff, so... It might make more sense to do that, because basically with, like, you know, bows, you want to have, like, a ranged character, because it has more, like, you know, range type of thing. Alright, let's, I want to kick this small hide here, I guess. Or do I? I'm going to take that much of this. I'm going to take one of these like packs for high gloves to put on my hands. Actually, these don't really cost a lot much compared to this, so I'm just going to put these on, just buy those instead. You know, I'm tempted to sell this Dogman fur coat. You actually make a lot of money like selling these, but it also counts as good armor. So I just might keep it for that. Alright, I'm going to say that I'm probably good here. So, let's, yeah, we'll buy these, like, you know, quality of the torches, I guess. And let's just, like, sell some of the stuff that I'm not using in here, I guess. So, I'm not using these strings. Really? That much? I'll keep this stuff. You know, I'm actually going to eat one of these meats just to, you know, slake my hunger a little bit. So let's do that. That'll help me out a little bit. Alright, I think at this point we're good. So let's get rid of those. And I'll say that's good to go. Alright, so that's basically it, you know, for, you know, the village. Gathering your fangs, you set off to the forest in the wilderness beyond. So this is the ATN Enclave. It's basically up here on the map. And Detroit's down here in this direction. Camp Grayling's up in this direction. That's basically like, you know, the boss area. Or like, you know, the finishing area. Let's see if I can actually see it up here. Yeah, so there's Camp Grayling. That's basically the military base. You'll basically end up there eventually, and that's where you like finish the game. But it'll be a while before I get there. And I think at this point we've gone way long enough for this episode, or 2 episodes rather. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time, I think.